All right, let's get into it. We're taking a deep dive today into, well, a really stark and pretty dramatic chapter from Genesis, chapter 34.
Ah, yes. Genesis 34, it's packed. You've got trauma, family honor, negotiation, deceit, and then just shocking violence. It all spirals out very quickly.
It really does. And it starts right away, doesn't it? We meet Dinah, Jacob's daughter, through Leah, and she goes out, the text says, to visit the women of the land.
Right. She steps outside the family circle into the local community, and that's where Shechem sees her. He's the son of Hamah the Hivite, the ruler of that area.
And the text is very direct. It says he took her, lay with her, violated her, just like that.
Yeah. But then immediately after this awful act, the narrative does something, well, unexpected.
It does. It describes Shechem's feelings, says his soul, his heart was drawn to Dinah, that he loved the young woman and spoke tenderly to her.
It's a really unsettling juxtaposition, isn't it? Violence followed by affection, or something presented as affection. And this feeling, whatever it is, prompts him to go straight to his father, Hamor.
And he basically demands, get me this girl as my wife. Urgent. Immediate.
Meanwhile, back at Jacob's camp, the news filters through. Jacob hears what happened to Dinah. His sons are out with the livestock.
And Jacob's first reaction, silence. The text notes he held his peace until his sons came back.
Which really builds the tension for their arrival. Because when they do get back from the field and hear the news, well.
Yeah, the text says they were deeply grieved and very angry, furious, because they saw it as a disgraceful thing in Israel, a violation against them, their family, something that absolutely ought not to be done.
That phrase is key, that sense of collective shame and rage. It fuels everything that comes next. And just as they're reeling from this, Hamor shows up.
Right, Shechem's father comes to speak with Jacob, and crucially, the sons are there now.
And this shifts gears, doesn't it, from this personal violation to a kind of high-stakes negotiation. But everyone's coming at it from completely different places.
Totally different agendas. Hamer starts addressing his son's desire. My son Shechem, his heart is set on your daughter. Please give her to him in marriage.
But he doesn't stop there. He broadens it out massively. He proposes basically a full merger. Intermarry with us. Give your daughters to us. Take our daughters for yourselves.
He offers them land, settlement, trade rights. The land is open before you. Dwell and trade in it and get property in it.
You can almost see Hamer thinking, right, okay, fix my son's problem, yes, but also this could be really beneficial, integrating Jacob's obviously prosperous clan. Big opportunity.
Exactly. And Shechem himself jumps in, pleading with Jacob and the brothers directly. Let me find favor in your eyes, he says, and whatever you say to me, I will give.
Ask me ever so much bridal payment and gift, and I will give according as you say to me. Only give me the young woman to be my wife. He's desperate. He'll pay anything. That whatever you ask is huge.
And this is the moment the sons respond, but the text explicitly tells us how they responded. Deceitfully.
Yes, deceitfully. Because Shechem had defiled their sister Dinah. That's the stated reason for the deception. They don't just say no.
No, they set this condition, a massive condition. They say, we can't do this thing. Give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a reproach, a disgrace to us.
It's a clever, cynical move. They frame it in terms of their honor, their religious practice, circumcision being, the sign of the covenant.
So they lay it out. Only on this condition will we agree with you, if you will become like us in that every male of yours is circumcised.
Then they say, then we'll intermarry, settle, become one people. But if you don't agree to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and we will be gone.
It seems like an impossible demand, maybe designed to be rejected, but that's not how Hamor and Shechem take it.
No. Astonishingly, the text says, their words pleased Hamor and Hamor's son, Shechem.
And Shechem especially is keen. It says he didn't delay because he delighted in Jacob's daughter. And it adds he was the most honored in his father's house, so his enthusiasm counts for a lot.
His personal desire just steamrolls any hesitation, it seems.
So they go back to their city gate, the place where these kinds of communal decisions are made public.
And they pitch it to their fellow citizens. They talk up Jacob's family. These men are peaceful with us. Let them live and trade here. The land's big enough. Let's intermarry.
But then they add the clincher, the economic angle. They basically say, won't their livestock and their property and all their animals be ours?
Yeah, they frame the physical cost, the circumcision, as the price for acquiring Jacob's wealth. Only let us agree with them, and they will dwell with us. It's a very transactional pitch.
And incredibly, it works. The men of the city agree. Every male was circumcised, all who went out of the gate of his city, the entire male population.
It's hard to fathom, really. That level of collective agreement is such a painful condition, seemingly driven by greed, perhaps, or maybe just persuaded by their leaders.
Whatever the reason, they do it. And this sets the stage for the horrifying next act.
Exactly. 3 days later, that's the crucial time. When the men are described as being sore or in pain, physically vulnerable, unable to fight back.
That's when two of Jacob's sons make their move, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's full brothers.
They each take their swords, go into the city, which the text says was unsuspecting, or feeling secure, and they kill every single male.
Everyone, including Hamor and his son Shechem, who started it all. They kill them, take Dinah out of Shechem's house, and leave.
But the horror isn't over. The other sons of Jacob then come upon the slain. And because their sister had been defiled there, they plunder the city.
Total plunder. They take the flocks, the herds, the donkeys, everything in the city, everything in the field, all their wealth.
And chillingly, the text adds they captured and plundered all the women and the little ones, everything that was in the houses. Complete devastation. Retaliation escalated to annihilation and enslavement.
Jacob's reaction when he finds out what Simeon and Levi did it's interesting. He's dismayed, absolutely. But listen to why.
Right. He says to them, "You have brought trouble on me by making me stink, making me odious among the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites and the Perizzites."
His first thought is about the consequences for him, for the family. My numbers are few, and if they gather themselves against me and attack me, I shall be destroyed, both I and my household. It's pragmatic fear. Survival.
He doesn't immediately condemn the morality of the massacre itself, but the strategic danger it puts them all in. He sees the bigger picture of their vulnerability.
And Simeon and Levi's response is short, sharp, and gets right back to the initial offense. They just ask him, should he treat our sister like a prostitute?
And that just hangs there, doesn't it? For them, the dishonor was so absolute, the violation so profound that this extreme, brutal response was, in their eyes, the only fitting answer. Honor demanded it, regardless of the risk.
So when you pull back from Genesis 34, wow, you have this awful initial act. Then Shechem's declaration of love mixed up with that violence, Hamor's political and economic calculations.
Then the sons calculated rage, using their own sacred sign as a weapon of deceit, the shocking compliance of the townspeople, driven by promises of gain.
Followed by Simeon and Levi's targeted, brutal revenge killing, the other brothers joining in for the plunder.
And finally, Jacob's fear for survival clashing head-on with his son's justification based on restoring family honor. It's just layer upon layer.
It really makes you think about all the different things driving people here, doesn't it? Personal desire, cultural norms about honor and shame, the strategy of deceit, the sheer scale of the violence.
And how those ancient motivations maybe resonate or maybe clash with how we think about justice and consequences today. You have Dinah's experience, mostly silent after the start. Shechem's confusing mix of violence and love. Hamor's pragmatism, the son's fury, Jacob's fear.
It's this collision of perspectives, all packed into one narrative. What does that collision tell us maybe about the complexities of the human condition, even way back then? Something definitely to reflect on.